Johnny Mosley here, welcoming you to another edition of Sprint Skipress Weekly News, brought to you by Sprint, delivering instant access to your Sprint phone for World Cup video highlights, breaking news, snow conditions, and more. Text SNOW to 7777 from your Sprint phone today. And by Skipress, the #1 source for winter sports news from around the world.
Hi, I'm Amy Quigley, and welcome to the Sprint Skipress Weekly News for the weekend of Saturday, April 11th. We'll start with news out of Park City. Olympic champion Ted Ligety, who suffered a knee injury a few weeks back at the Nature Valley U.S. Alpine Championships during downhill training, may have dodged a bullet. A recent MRI shows he damaged the medial collateral and posterior cruciate ligaments in his right knee, as well as some knee bruises. The good news is it looks like a brace worn for a few weeks may do the trick. At this time, surgery is not planned. The Skipress World website has a detailed article. Earlier this month, the 2009 Hartford U.S. Adaptive Alpine Championships wrapped up in Winter Park, Colorado. Allison Jones swept each of the 5 event titles for the women's standing division. Some other highlights included Lori Stevens in the sit ski, Tyler Walker in the sit ski, and Monty Meyer in the standing division. They all took national titles in the super combined. The U.S. ski team site has complete details in all disciplines. The world said goodbye to a ski legend late last month. Andrea Mead Lawrence died at age 76, resulting from cancer. Mead Lawrence's accomplishments were many. She won her first national championship in 1949. In 1951, she skied in Europe, where she finished first in 10 races and second in 4 others. In 1952, at the Oslo Olympic Games, she won gold medals in the special slalom and giant slalom. And she was the torchlighter at the opening ceremonies of the 1960 Winter Olympics in Squaw Valley. Mead Lawrence grew up in Vermont, where her parents started the ski area, Pico Peak. She died at her home in Mammoth Lakes, California, with her family by her side. Just as Mead Lawrence was a member of the U.S. Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame, 4 new athletes were inducted last Saturday. The 2008 inductee class includes Olympic freestyle medalist Liz McIntyre and Nelson Carmichael, ski mountaineering legend Bill Briggs, and 2-time Olympian Carrie Adgate. In other ski news, Idaho Sun Valley recently announced the appointment of Wallace Huffman as the Director of Resorts and Resort Development. He'd been the GM of Sun Valley since 1977. In his new position, Huffman will have responsibility for both resorts, but he'll step away from the daily operations and focus on planning and development. Skipress World has more detailed information. And that's all for this week's Sprint Skipress Weekly News. I'm Amy Quigley, and until next time, I hope to see you on the slopes.
Thanks for watching the Skipress Weekly News, brought to you by Sprint. And for more information, log on to skipressworld.com, the #1 source for winter sports news from around the world.